I'm going to show you things like how to make a bench that crafts for itself, the maximum size of a base, and how to use your space efficiently, and much, much more. In today's video, we're just going to be going over base building tips and tricks for a technical base. I have my base outside of the map at the world tree, because the tree is the truth. And out in this location, pals freeze. They can't move. And I've started using this, and I've discovered a lot of different things. Like, farms can be farmed from people above, and harvested from people above. And they can be watered from the people above. You don't have to separate them out, but I've dedicated this square to farming. And I've put them over here, and I like separating them so I know who's working, who needs fed, who's depressed. This guy's harvesting, but I think it said he was weakened. Weakened and depressed. There you go. Give over full. What do I do about over full? I'll just give you a full mid. But as you can see, you can keep all your pals healthy and happy and stuff, and just working in their same spot. And they'll only be doing basically what you want them to be doing, wherever you set them up. To build a stacking farm and how to put them on top of each other is very easy. All you have to do is go to furniture. Furniture has a weird property to where it counts as being placed on the ground. So if you put a barrel on the ground, you can put a plant on top of it, still being on the ground. It's still connected to the ground. So what you can do is you can get your crafting pile down, put down a bench, and just place them beside it, and you can stack up these benches. And a lot of people will stop at 5 because I think that's the height limit you can build to from jumping. But if you have a hang you can continue this process as high as you would like to take this. And it's very easy to put the farms on top too. All you have to do is wait till that animation changes. You see how it goes up like that? And then rinse and repeat with the hang jumping. Or if you don't have a hang you can only take it like 5 tall. You'll just have to do it that way. But you can technically have this as tall as you want it. Like these guys, they sit here and cook all day. That's what they do. These guys, they mine, they cut wood. When I crafted these places, they auto-craft from the top of the Anubises. He will keep our power generated, but he's throwing a fit for some reason. But you could put the food boxes next to them and they can eat it, but they just cannot move. But as long as you see their animations going, your pals will continue to work. The full base size is a diameter of 18. It goes 9 in one direction and 9 squares in the other direction from the PAL box. My PAL box is centered on a 2x2. From the PAL box, which is on this wooden platform, it goes 15.5 down and 15.5 up in a cylinder shape. So it keeps that circle. That's the area your pals can be in, but your resources can go all the way up to sky limit. Your resources are infinite in a height from the cylinder. And so if you were building straight up, even though you've reached that blue line, which is the top of where your pals can go, you can keep building and you can keep using the resources even on top of this building. Speaking of resources on top of the building, that is how I built these. These guys don't necessarily fit, so they've been bugging out and spawning all over my world. But you should be using PAL boxes because late game you're going to have a lot of excess based on breeding and catching and everything, trying to get the perfect perks and XP bonuses and such. So use the viewing boxes to store excess because late game 500 space isn't enough for as many pals as you're going to have. This also works well with the ranch because you can just throw them into their position and they don't move from their position and they just keep producing. As you can see, she's grazing and it's just going to keep popping up there. Sablex is what I think is the best ranch pal because she gives you high quality cloth which you can use to sell to the merchants and stuff, or you could also just use it for high level crafting. And speaking of the merchants and stuff, that is how I get all my ammo, and that is how I get all of my medicine. Even though I can produce it, you should have wandering merchants, POW merchants, and black marketers. You should be trying to catch people like these. So then you can just pull them in, talk to them, and you can buy, sell, trade, buy contraband. I do have all of these. I don't really need any of them, but if I needed like a beaver guard, that'd be nice. And then I could also go to sell. You cannot sell what is in the viewing chamber, but I could pull out all of the viewing chamber into here. Like if I want to sell all those verdants, and then sell every single one of them. But that isn't even the best way to make money, because the best way to make money is actually wandering merchants and selling them. Come on, brother, talk to me.
Yep.
But selling to wandering merchants screws is one of the best ways to make money. Berries is a good way to make money. And right now I'm selling high quality cloth as well, just as like a passive income, because I have that Sablex constantly making me high quality cloth. And as you can see, I have 5,000 rounds. It's because I've sold him nails and berries, and then I've bought an ammo. You can also do this to buy the medicine and stuff you might not have, like extra bones for certain builds and stuff. I would always recommend having these type of human pals, if none of the other ones. Using the bench stacking method, you can make floating stuff like my floating bar top above my bedroom. To make a grapple elevator, all you gotta have is a foundation and walls built up as high as you want your elevator. You just shoot the corner and it will take you up as long as I'm not pressing anything. Sometimes it will jolt you back down. Just try again. And if I wanted to get off there, I could press control or just weapon swap to disconnect my grappling hook. Then I can get out here. Or you could also set up a door and go down the middle of the elevator, and when you get up to your location, you'll actually end up getting stuck, and then you'll just disconnect the grapple and you'll be on your floor. Alright guys, this was a kind of technical based build using just different mechanics in the game to get a efficient build. And if you're confused on why all my pals were frozen, I am out here outside of the map, and that is why all my pals freeze in place and they cannot move, and they will stay at whatever job I want them to do, and they will continue producing only that product. They work very up and down, and so I built a farm layer right there and more of a resource layer in the middle. I have a ranch off to the side just because throwing the Sablex there. And when they graze, they stay in the exact same spot, and they just make a nice little pile of stuff for you to grab. If y'all would like to see any sort of like Palworld tips and tricks, whether that be a more creative based building or a movement video, anything you want to see, just let me know. And if you enjoy the video, please leave a like. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.